Hello and welcome to News9 Live. I'm Aditya Kaul and you're watching In India's Interest. In a surprise raid on Sunday, the Jammu and Kashmir police on Sunday afternoon in a Srinagar hotel has busted an attempt by Pakistan to revive separatism in the Kashmir Valley. Over 43 people have been detained from the secret meeting, which includes Firdaus Ahmad Shah, Maulvi Abbas Ansari's son, Masroor Abbas Ansari, Professor Abdul Ghani Butt's son, Jahangir Ahmad Butt, and ex-JKLF terrorist Yasin Butt, who had arranged a get-together and a lunch at the said hotel near Lal Chowk of Srinagar. Top sources in the Jammu and Kashmir police has revealed to News9 Live that many of the detained were directly in touch with their handlers in Pakistan who were monitoring this meeting very closely. The main attempt of the meet was to revive terror-turned-separatist group Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front and the Hurriyat Conference, and the JKLF, which was of course banned by Government of India in 2019, and its main leader Yasin Malik arrested ever since for his terror crimes. JKLF was one of the first Pakistan-sponsored terror groups in Kashmir to start terror and bloodshed in the Kashmir Valley in 1989-90. So this brings us to some pertinent questions that we are asking in India's interest today. Is Pakistan desperate to revive terror in Kashmir after failing to revive it in Jammu and Kashmir, and of course playing the Jammu and Kashmir card at international forums? Has Pakistan realized that the jihadi terror sponsored by GHQ Rawalpindi and the Pakistan Army seems to be dying in Kashmir after 370 abrogation? And finally, should the Indian security agencies act tough against the Pakistani puppets involved in reviving separatism in the Kashmir Valley? We'll be debating this and a lot more, and there are important guests that are joining us this afternoon on In India's Interest. Lalit Ambardar, activist, joining us from New Delhi. SP Vaid, former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir Police, a very prominent voice, joining us from Jammu. And from the Kashmir Valley, Sajid Yusuf Shah, activist, lawyer, joining us. Before I go to SP Vaid, sir, I want to bring in Sajid. Sajid, you reported this as well. A surprise raid taking place yesterday in the Kashmir Valley. And of course, several people being detained. There are no official details on the FIR or the arrest yet. But could you explain to the viewers what has happened in the last 24 hours? Because this is perhaps one of the biggest, secret meetings that seem to have happened after 370 abrogation, and perhaps a conspiracy to revive terrorism and separatism in Kashmir.
See, Aditya, first of all, you need to understand one thing, that yesterday it was the Burhan Wani's death anniversary, and the people of the Kashmir Valley, they have no idea about Burhan Wani, who he was. But the unfortunate part was that Pakistani side, they were saying that Kashmir is under siege and Kashmir is right now under curfew. Many of the social media handles on the Twitter, they start bust the propaganda of Pakistan, that they said the Kashmir is normal, the people are outside, there is no hartal, there is no curfew in the Kashmir Valley. So I think this is the kind of, sadness on the face of GHQ Rawalpindi and the ISI in the Pakistan and their handlers in the Kashmir Valley, and it upsets them. So what I believe that it's probably they might be thinking that we are just selling the narrative of the Burhan Wani on his every death anniversary. So it's the first time the Kashmiri reject the Burhan Wani. They said that he is not a hero, he's a terrorist, and the death of the terrorist should not be celebrated at any cost. So there might is possibilities that these Hurriyat leaders, they are claiming that it was just a get together about the Eid al-Milad. But I must say that one thing, that those who have organized this thing, they have nothing to do with the Shia. Thereby some people, I can say the terrorist, even former terrorist, Muhammad Yasin Butt, who organized this meeting, he is not a Shia leader. And if he is not a Shia leader, what he has to do with a Shia, this Shia Eid? And you have mentioned, for example, names of some people who are associated with the Hurriyat. Even I must tell them that if they are Shia, they can have a meeting with their homes if they have to just celebrate. Then why they have to invite the JKLF? And as far as the sources are concerned, that I have also heard from some sources that yes, they have admitted that we were planning to revive the Hurriyat as well as JKLF in the Kashmir Valley. And if they are thinking that they will be they will get success by achieving this goal, I must tell them that it's not the Kashmir Valley, the Burhan Wani's Kashmir Valley, which has turned the Kashmir into a graveyard. It's the Naya Kashmir, which believes in idea India. We will go forward for it, and whosoever will come in between us, we will not let these things to happen in the Kashmir Valley again.
All right, this is not the Kashmir of Burhan Wani. This is a Kashmir that is changed Kashmir. A Naya Kashmir after Article 370 abrogation. Normalcy seems to be getting restored day by day, month by month, year by year. And today, of course, we have the Amarnath Yatra also taking place. Let me get in the former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. SP Vaid, at this stage. Mr. Vaid, your expert opinion. You've observed the developments in Kashmir over the last 4-5 years very closely, and of course, for decades together served there until, of course, you retired as the DGP. I want to understand from you, what is the ploy of Pakistan here? Are they desperate? Have they realized that internationally they have failed diplomatically, they have failed militarily, they have failed politically to revive any kind of law and order situation or separatism in Kashmir, and that's why they are desperate to do something at least. And at a time when the security agencies are busy with the preparations of the Amarnath Yatra, they perhaps thought that this is the right time to at least instigate or provoke some meeting. Your thoughts, sir?
Thank you, Aditya, for having me here. Let me mention here, as Sajid was saying, Burhan Wani's, death happens somewhere around this date only. And probably Pakistan was expecting some big hartals, those past days of 2016, 17, 18, how things were brought law and order wise very, very disturbed. And it is utter frustration of Pakistan, GHQ, that they are making an attempt to revive JKLF and Hurriyat. There is absolutely no ground for such thing now in today's Kashmir. It is no more 2016 Kashmir, as Sajid rightly put it. It is not Kashmir of 2016 and 17. The things have changed. In fact, when abrogation of Article 370 and 35A happened, Pakistan went around all over the world, used diplomacy, which it has actually utterly failed. Today, Pakistan stands completely isolated on Kashmir. It has militarily lost the game plan. It has lost it diplomatically. It has lost it politically. Whatever voices there were in Kashmir, which on the instigation of Pakistan, like Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, are no more there. And today's Kashmir, people in Kashmir want peace to return. They are no takers of Pakistan's plan today in Kashmir. And most important thing is for establishment of Pakistan. Their relevance in Pakistan arises out of Kashmir issue. And if there is some trouble they are able to do in Kashmir, only then they would be drawing their existence or relevance in Pakistan. Today, if you see the social media, how common Pakistani citizens are questioning the very existence of Pakistan Army's false propaganda of how these Pakistan Army has been telling its people it has won all the 3 wars it has fought. These wars were initiated by India. Look at the condition of Pakistan, where it has brought after 75 years, from 47 to 1947. Look at where India is and where Pakistan is. Today, because of social media, thanks to social media and internet, people are able to see how India is becoming 5th largest economy and now marching ahead to become number 2 or number 3 in the world. How India is becoming a global power. And where Pakistan is, people are fighting for existence. People are not able to get, common citizens are not able to get even 2 meals. You saw devastating floods last year. No one was there to look for these people. In fact, common man in Pakistan is suffering because of the establishment of Pakistan. And the economy is in terrible shape. They don't have money even to fuel their tanks, fuel their vehicles, fuel their even to purchase mortar shells and ammunition for their guns. That is the condition, precarious condition where Pakistan Army today is. And look at the statements which they often make. In fact, they should worry about saving POK. People of POK do not want to continue with Pakistan. And they should also worry about Balochistan. They
Right.
should worry about all those places. I think people are in POK are desperate to join India, and I think Pakistan needs to do some corrective action to have its own existence. Otherwise, the day is not far off when Pakistan will break into 4 parts, and
Absolutely.
POK will become India's.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about the fact that Pakistan is crumbling. It's a devastation that they have brought themselves. But here in India, we have chosen, of course, to teach them a lesson. And Article 370 abrogation was a strong message indeed. Let me get in Lalit Ambardar here. He's a Kashmiri activist who's been writing continuously about Kashmir, speaking about Kashmir for the last more than 3 decades. Mr. Ambardar, how do you react to this kind of a secret separatist meeting taking place to revive JKLF and Hurriyat Conference? Of course, you know that Yasin Malik has been sent to Tihar and he's been there for more than 4 years now. We know, of course, Gilani is no more. Mirwais seems to be least interested in reviving Hurriyat. Then who are these people who are trying to revive this? And what do you think Government of India should do now?
Aditya, I wish I could share the optimism that my co-panelists have expressed about the, changing situations in Kashmir in terms of positivity and all. See, you have to understand what jihad is all about. It's not a law and order. It was never a law and order problem in Kashmir. Jihad is always is pan-Islamic, it's terror-infested, and it's expansionist. Nowhere in the world has jihad been eliminated altogether. You can at most try and contain it. I think that's what we are doing it. You know, the security grid in Srinagar is very tight. It's very difficult to breach, but at the same time, it's not impossible to sustain it forever. So therefore, going by the history of jihad elsewhere in the country, Abu Sayyaf has been operating in South Philippines for the past more than 35 years in different names. The only change that's taking place in South Philippines, which are dominated by Abu Sayyaf Islamists, they only keep changing their loyalties to Al Qaeda and IS. Similarly, in Syria, it's still burning. Many parts of Syria are still under Islamic control. Nigeria, Mali, Niger, Central America, Central Africa, we don't talk much about here. So what I want to tell you, jihad is a long-term investment. Kashmir has been there on their agenda for a long time. It's not only Kashmiri Islamists about it. You rightly pointed out JHK Rawalpindi is quite keen. But I must also add, it's not only JHK Rawalpindi that's dictating the Kashmir issue, so-called Kashmir issue internationally. Now most of the activities have shifted to Turkey. Turkey is the latest messiah of pan-Islamic fervor around the world. So what I see now is this what they have done, these separatists, in spite of the so tight security grid in Kashmir. Look at the audacity. They are trying to meet even in the center of Delhi, center of Srinagar, and hold a meeting. And it could be an Eid al-Milad, you know how they do it. They do it every Friday. They would do it every Friday in Kashmir. So I don't see any conflict when they say they were celebrating Eid al-Milad and in fact holding a separatist meeting there. They've been doing it after every Friday congregation. It used to be held in Srinagar all these years. So I see there are activities there. Kashmir Jihad is there. You have seen Kashmiri Hindus genocide has not ended. You have had so many killings in the past couple of years there.